Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I'm the Educational Gamer and we are back at playing CommonWealth on Naval Operations. Our F-35 over here has just become, our UK F-35 has just come under attack by these F-16s of the Pakistani Air Force. They've launched a couple of missiles at us. The first we were able to run away from. These ones I'm not too sure. So let's see what else we can do. We do have another F-35 over here. We do have some MiG-29s down here that are trying to come towards the rescue and hopefully be able to do a little bit about that. You know what? I think we can send these guys here home. We'll send these guys home. I think it's enough for these guys to come up over here. We'll tell them to burn a little harder. Just a little, not too much. But I do want to come up over here and maybe engage these guys as they would return to one of their bases, which I think was over here. Up over here, nothing too peculiar should be happening. We do have a couple of helicopters buzzing around, a couple of submarines. Yeah, but the most important thing really is happening here. So two F-16s engaging our lone F-35. And just last turn I started to turn this guy around so that he could in turn launch some missiles against these F-16s. Here we go, the first of a couple of missiles. You do have 3 in total still knocking on you. And you know what, I think this should be probably your bullseye limit. So you know what, just launch 2 against this guy. Or not. But just 1 against this guy, come on. Okay, now try to run away. And you know what? I don't actually want to do that. At the waypoint, I want to do it this way. Go as fast as you can. Just so we gain some speed before these missiles could potentially impact us. We are very close to bingo fuel, which means we'll return to base because our aircraft would deem its remaining fuel levels to be insufficient towards getting there. Probably do know by now what type of missile this is. We do not. In fact, we're shooting with the same missiles, which is interesting to see. And yes, these guys are definitively on our heels. They have active radar seekers. We do have... This is a stealth aircraft, so in theory it just shouldn't be that... Ooh. You do have offensive OECM. What's that actually? What's your... Decoys? You're operating autonomously. Laser designator, Eland. Well, that doesn't seem to be very defensive. Guided weapons? No, I don't actually see that. There's the group composition. Okay, so you can, if you do have offensive sensors, please do use them. I don't think you have, so no jamming. Okay, so here we go. Is attempting to... Firstly, we are trying to use a decoy on the missile. That did miss, or did not result in it spoofing the sensor on the missile, so the missile did come through. However, the missile itself, let's have a look at that. So it is... Aircraft has a weight fraction of 0.9, so high deflection. Final agility 38, final hit probability 15%. That is uncomfortably high. But however, the missile did miss. The next one, oh god, thank God. Yeah, actually our radar, our spoofer did manage to foil these guys, so that's very, very nice to see. Let's come down here straight away. Let's put you on cruise speed or military speed. Yeah, let's put you on military speed. Minimum altitude I think is fine, so that you may be a little bit less likely to be spotted. But very soon you're gonna bingo fuel anyway. Really? More missiles? Yes, indeed, more missiles. Right, so let's try to run away. I would have hoped that these guys only had 4 missiles. But that does mean that they are running around with more than 2 missiles per flight. Yeah, there are a couple of layouts that would allow that. So probably very soon we're gonna see another one, because they always launch in pairs of 2. But at the very least after that we know that one of these guys, yeah, there we go, at least one of these guys will be out of missiles. And they'll only have 2 left. And that I think is a good indication. What's going on? I did hear a launch. Oh. Okay. Had you run out of had you actually run out of... Interesting. Okay, yeah, please go ahead, do that. How many more missiles do you have? None. How many more fuel do you have? A little. We might actually gun this guy down. We'll have to see. Right, but it's time for us to see whether we can hit one of these F-16s. Now I'm a little bit worried that we did launch 2 missiles at this guy, because obviously I think this one is out of missiles now, whereas probably this one still has 2, so he'd be the higher priority threat. Let's see whether we have any more luck than they had. Come on. All weapons were spoofed, yeah. So their defense, yeah, but we did manage to hit with the second launch, so that's very good to see. However, these missiles are semi-active, so that means, are actually active themselves. So what's going on over here? Yeah, I think we missed that one. So it might not actually be the case that we need to... Let's see whether we can deviate from our path. Very nice. We did actually hit that guy as well, so yeah, that's very lovely. So firstly, that does mean... Wait a minute. You were ordered to return to base. Do that, please. And you know what? Go on military speed, because why not? So these guys are now... I don't actually need them to be coming over here, because in fact there are no F-16s. Right, let's keep an eye on these missiles though. So you can see that they didn't receive any updates on the information of our flight. So they are still traveling sort of where our flight was when they last received input. But they might very soon turn on their active radar. Very nice, so we did shoot down the big aircraft over there. And I think very soon they might be coming into a very different pattern over here. But for now it seems that our crazy maneuver of just running at the enemy with one missile, with one aircraft, may have been a success. Yeah, I think since they lost their active radar, it seems to be that they have missed. The first one is running out of energy, and the second one might soon be doing that as well. So in the meantime, yeah, there is this guy. He's 100 miles away. We could travel 40 miles till we run out of fuel. Yeah, but that's not gonna happen. So you know what? Let's bring you home. I think you've done your job. More than that, actually. Go on cruise speed. Just be a little bit faster. And you know what? You're clear to go home. Try to sort of avoid these ships, please. And you don't need to be in minimum altitude. Your bingo fuel is going to come very soon, but I do hope that since we are climbing, we'll soon enter a different band, so where things will be much more fuel efficient. You're coming home, that's fine. This guy's coming home. Everyone's coming home basically. So let's keep a look at our aircraft stores. We do have 2 F-35s that are being refurbished, ready in about 2 hours. Vikrant over here should have a couple of MiG-29s. Yeah, you're fine. There's no target I want to launch you against right now because we don't see any enemy. Again, some anti-air carrier air patrol. Yeah, I think that's fine, so we don't need to change that, although I will want to change the layout of these guys. Although I was very positively surprised by the results of what we've seen so far. Wait a second. What have we seen over here? So another boogie. Yeah, that's okay. That's a helicopter, I think. Boogie has been classified as yep, it's a submarine anti-air. Sorry, it's an enemy helicopter that is purpose-built to destroy our submarines. So let's see if we can't shoot that down. You know what? Since I don't see them having any particular aircraft, sorry, and any particular anti-air weapons, what we're going to do over here is turn on actually our radars so that we have a little bit better vision on these guys. Everything up there seems to be fine. Are you running on? You're running on military speed. Let's go to cruise speed. I think I'd want to have a certain forward air presence over here. We haven't seen this helicopter in nearly a minute, even though we are now actively searching with our radar dishes. Well, I think, you know, one other thing that we could think about is to come up a little bit more like over here with this guy. You're just over the layer. Have you lost your battery? No, you have not. Why are you so slow then? Ah, okay, because you're sprinting, and that's fine. You're listening for enemy submarines. But I would ideally like to intercept this guy and maybe launch at him with our submarines. Anything else then? Come on, just find this helicopter for me. You can't be that far, and you're pretty high. You should be able to spot him. He's probably very low over the water, so might be very hard for us to see him actually. Ah, there we go though. I think very soon we will see a launch over there. Let's see what will happen when that impacts, because I am going to bet that they will just launch another helicopter to take its place. And I would love to drain their anti-submarine warfare capabilities, because that might allow this guy. What's going on? Have you bingoed? Your status is somehow set to return to base, and I'm not sure why. I don't actually want you to do that. I want you to loiter over here. Could take one of these guys and hope to actually hit that person over there. But since they are not... Oh, no, I don't want to do that. The F-16s over here were threatening enough for flight 699, our F-35, so I don't think it's prudent to just go ahead and do that. You are traveling down there. Could do afterburner, but I don't think that's particularly realistic if there's no reason to do so. One more thing that we could do though is with HMS Ambush over here, try to attack Janai Naval Base. There is still a very pestering oil refinery over there that I would like to attack. Oop, look at that, a helicopter over here. What do we know about it? Not much. But you know, a helicopter so close to their carrier patrol, I'm gonna call that unfriendly. And I do think it's prudent to investigate that further. And launch a missile at it if required. Come on, see it? See it? There you go. Yep. We'll launch the missile, very good. This aircraft is coming closer, and I'm wondering whether we should be sending someone over there to deal with that. Another thing. What are you? 135 knots? You're a helicopter. Come on, launch at it. I think you're still in the bullseye limits. Yeah, you are a helicopter, we can see that. Might be an unmanned variable aerial vehicle. Can you launch? Very successful so far. How are you doing? Pretty good actually. You'll probably bingo fuel very soon, but you know what? I still think it's prudent to accelerate a little bit just so we can bring you home earlier. Because you're really out of weapons, so I'd rather have you come home very soon. You have reached bingo fuel. How much? So you have 500 miles to go, and you are going for Queen Elizabeth, which is much closer, so I think that's going to be fine. Let's see what's going to happen over here. We don't know what type of helicopters these are, but I do think they are very harmful to us. They might just be civilian, but I don't believe that to be the case. Yeah, they are anti-submarine warfare ships, helicopters. Don't know what it is. We might see in the classification log over here, which is kind of cheating, but still. But Boer helicopter, it's a Lynx actually, so a UK based, UK built helicopter. That does of course not mean that it needs to be UK owned. And there we go for the second run. Well, these might have been helicopters off the ships that we shot, that we sank down, that were trying to land on this ship. Actually, this guy was lucky for a while. There we go with our second launch, though. So I think we can accelerate somewhat. Actually, he seems to be lucky again. Someone has reached bingo fuel. I think that was probably you. Yeah, Air Wing 4. I mean, you still have quite a comfortable reserve, but all in all, I think it's fine if you try to do that on your own. Oh, let's resume over here. Somewhat accelerated. Yeah, Monmouth helicopter, that's on our side. A helicopter and an anti-submarine warfare helicopter has launched and replaced one of the ones that were there previously. I'm gonna bet that this is hostile. It's probably the helicopter that we've seen earlier, that we just lost over here in fact, and that jumped our missile. But let's see if we can't get closer. Really? Just lost? Just lost that contact? Peculiar. Really peculiar. Alright. Going good so far, I have to say. But you know, still one thing I realize is that... Oh, look at that. This guy has some visible damage. Visible damage to him. That's interesting. Have we actually seen? No. I think our attack did actually manage to take out quite a couple of his things. Yeah, so one thing I do realize is... son of a boy. That is very likely to be an enemy submarine. Oh, what are you? You are getting awfully close. We still have a lot of fuel left, so you know what? Let's come up over here. Sort of like that, because I do want to see whether there is someone over here. And then you're going to venture into this area, just to see whether we can catch this joker. So a sonar buoy means there was probably laid by some form of helicopter. You're an F-35, you are the submarine, you are another F-35. You have reached bingo fuel, but I think you'll be fine. Some of these ships down here. So I think this guy has landed over here. Oh, another boogie. You are hostile. I just know that. Right, so over here a couple of guys have landed, completed landing. Okay, that's good to see. A couple of guys are still in hangar. A couple of guys are still landing. But very soon we can switch their gear. And you know what? We are going to mark that as an unfriendly. Nope. Sorry, we're going to mark the sonar buoy as hostile. So there we go. Next missile, hopefully impacting soon. Where's the boogie? Oh, it's way over here, so no, we can't. We will just not be able to attack that. Oh, it's just a glitch that we might have spotted that a little bit at a different place. Okay, so let's make sure to run at these enemy ships to see whether we can find further helicopters over there. We don't have that many more missiles, just one long range one, so I think it's going to be fine. But you know what, this might be a little close for my comfort. Oh, there we go. Again, with it being so close to enemy ships, I think it's very likely to hit something civilian. So HMS Ambush, you have still 9 Tomahawks. So before we go to the next episode, I think what we can do is just have another look at the oil structure, at the oil refinery over here. One of our primary targets. And we're going to allocate a Tomahawk on that. How many damage points have we got? I don't think too much. Huh. You're actually able to evade a certain number of harpoons. That's hilarious. You have light armor, actually. How many damage points have you got? Doesn't tell us, does it? Weird. But you're huge, so it's very easy to hit you. You know what? Let's send another missile on there just to make sure. Firstly, let's check how our missile is traveling though. So it's coming from over here. Yeah, that's a nice path. I like that. Can I find it from over here? I can. There we go. Second missile should launch very soon. And then we can actually bring you up over here. Good. Let's accelerate time a little bit just to see whether our missiles hit. The helicopter is not going to go down. That's unfortunate. So do we want to risk getting in very close? I don't think so. Let's just bring you home. But do me a favor, turn off your radar. There we go. You should now be able to... Okay, that was just the second Tomahawk missile over there. Good. Let's keep an eye on the Vikrama yacht over here. You guys are all readying. It takes 6 hours to ready, and you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna see whether we can't do a slightly different layout over here. So we have the Krypton C but there'd also be the Krypton A available to us. The Krypton A is slightly different in that I think it has the same speed, probably, yeah, 2000 knots. But it should have a slightly bigger warhead. Does it? No, actually the same type of warhead, but the difference is it has an active seeker, so it's not targeting any enemy radar installations, it's just targeting, it has its own radar dish and it tries to hit the enemy with that. We could carry 2 of these, or we could carry 4 of these. 4 of these would give us a very much reduced strike radius. Ready time would be 6 hours still, but you know what? I think it's very prudent to just get a lower number of missiles over here. And what we're also going to do is we're going to exclude the optional weapons, so we can load out either 2 AA-11s or 4 of them. And we are only going to pick 2 because I think, you know what, let's actually do the same to this guy, because I think it's very nice to just limit yourself a little bit in this regard, so that we can get less air resistance, gain a little bit of an edge in our distance that we can cover, and that should be fine. Likewise, do we want to pick you guys out as heavies? I don't think so. I think for these guys 520 miles launch radius is fine, because what we're going to do is we're going to try to take out these guys, of course, and with the radar, anti-radar weapons, we might want to target a couple of these guys, but that is something that we will have to see. Right, now that our guys over here are coming home, this flight of MiG-29s, you don't actually need to loiter anymore, you can just be as fast as you can. You know what, let's go to military speed. And this guy, so you are still fine to come home. You are buzzing around over here. You're gonna be here for 8 more minutes. How about if we tell you to Hoover? Is that actually gonna be any better? Nope. You can stay here for another hour. Interesting. Just look at how well the Merlin is equipped to stay on range longer. Why is that, I wonder? Because of the way you speed? 45 kilograms per hour per kilogram? Yeah, fuel consumption is about 15. It primarily depends on your speed, right? Yeah, loiter is gonna burn a lot less. Yeah, but the Vikrant I know we launched later, and it seems to be capable of more. At any rate, on Vikram Mayad, while these guys are preparing, I think it's prudent just to launch another carrier patrol of 2 flights, of 2 aircraft, just so we can make sure that we have some AA capability around to take out these guys, to take out maybe some of the F-16s, but also maybe to address this guy if we fly around this way. Right, 2 Tomahawks in the air, which I find very, very promising. Might be coming in a little bit close to this guy, but on the other hand, you know, with the contact report as it is, it seems like it only has 1 radar dish active. We are seeing light damage that might very well accelerate. So let's see what the future will bring in that regard. Are you traveling home? I think you are. Right. That I think is a very good place to put in a cut though. Let's see whether all of our guys can make it home. I'm very confident. We've sunk 2 ships. We've taken out quite a lot of enemy aircraft. We've taken out quite a bit of their radar installations, although not everything, but still very good progress over here. So thank you very much for watching. See you guys next time. Bye bye.